Hey Moxie, what's going on, guys? Here to talk to you just a little bit, give you a quick overview of the stuff we have going on this weekend, okay? So this is HomeWOD day number 48, 49. Now, on Saturday, on SugarWOD, we've got kind of a more intense piece of program, okay? There's gonna be two, they're both gonna be with conditioning focus. One is gonna be a largely bodyweight conditioning piece. It's gonna be called Tabata Something Different. And it follows the format of the CrossFit benchmark Tabata Something Else. The way it's gonna work, we're gonna do a Tabata of single arm dumbbell rows, right into a Tabata, right, of push-ups, into a Tabata of sit-ups, into a Tabata of squats, okay? Now a Tabata, just to note, is 8 rounds of 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest, all right? We're gonna do these 4 Tabatas consecutively, right? So we're not gonna put any additional rest besides that 10 seconds in between each Tabata. So what that means is that on the 0, on the 4, on the 8, and on the 12-minute mark, you're going to be starting a new movement, okay? One other note here just about logistics. For the single arm dumbbell rows, we're not gonna be alternating arms each interval, right? We're gonna be doing 4 intervals consecutively, so 4 sets of 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off on one arm before we trade to the other arm. And the reason for that is we wanna mimic the Tabata stimulus as best we can, where we're really burning out a muscle group to failure. And that's what that single arm, 4 consecutive intervals is going to accomplish. Now, the goal of the Tabatas today is consistency, okay? We want to have, as near as possible, the same score on round 1 and on round 8, and also every round in between, okay? So really be, I would say, conservative on that first round. We don't want to try to go balls to the wall because we're most likely, for these movements, certainly not for push-ups, right? We're not gonna be able to sustain, 20 seconds of effort for those entire 8 intervals, right? We're just going to eventually hit muscle failure, okay? So pick a number and try to stick with that the whole time. I'm okay with a deviation of about 2 reps, low to high, but no more than that, okay? So try to keep all of your intervals within 2 reps for each movement, okay? That's gonna be challenging, but get after it. Now, the other piece that we have programmed for Saturday is the last week of our Macho Man building progression, okay? So what we've been doing is a 10-minute EMOM with 1 round of Macho Man every minute on the minute. First week was 50%, second week was 55%. This week is 60%, okay? This is gonna kind of be our working weight going forward. It's a little bit heavier. We're definitely going to be building some intensity, and the load itself, right, especially for those front squats and push jerks, is going to start being a factor, okay? Now to that end, something that I think is gonna be really important today, something that'll help you as we work through these progressions and as we get deeper into those minutes, is gonna be our elbow position, okay? Now on cleans, obviously if we're going touch and go, our elbows might not get quite as high as we would like, but this is gonna become really important once we start talking about our front squats and our push jerks, that we get our elbows up, right? Especially on the front squats, we want those elbows to be high. It's gonna create that really nice shelf to rest the bar on, and it's gonna keep our upper back and torso really a little bit more engaged. And that's gonna be important once we start getting fatigued, maybe minutes 8, 9, and 10, on those front squats where we might wanna start kind of rounding forward as we're standing up. We wanna keep those elbows up. It's gonna keep our position solid, and it's gonna help us move the weight more easily. As well on those push jerks, it's gonna get challenging most likely to receive that bar time after time. So if we can dial in an elbow position that's maybe halfway between our front squat and our strict press, right? So about maybe a 45-degree angle or something, where we still have a good shelf, but we can press from there as well. It's really gonna be helpful in increasing our efficiency on that Macho Man complex, okay? Now the other 2 pieces that we've got going on today, or this weekend, verbiage, are really gonna be more recovery focused on the whole, okay? We have 1 piece programmed on Sunday. It is just straight up recovery work. We've got a little bit of shoulder work with some Turkish get-ups and some single arm planks, coupled with just some running and some light core work, okay? This is meant to be done at a low intensity if you just kind of want something to flush out and just move at a relaxed pace over the weekend, okay? The other piece that's programmed on Sunday is gonna be the start of a new running progression that's a little bit more speed focused, all right? For those of you who are doing Moxie Mania at home, the floater workout for this competition is a 1-mile run, okay? And this program is really gonna help you with that because it's tailored around getting comfortable running at or below our 1-mile pace. The way that it's gonna work this week, okay, is we're gonna start with a 15-minute nasal jog. And I do emphasize jog here. We're not trying to push the pace too hard. We're just trying to warm up. And then once we do that 15-minute jog, we'll do a little bit of building, getting up to our working pace. And then we're gonna do 6 100s that at a pace that is below our 1 mile PR, okay? So for example, if your 1 mile is 8 minutes, okay? That's the fastest mile you've ever run. You run a 100-meter distance every 30 seconds, okay? That's your 1 mile pace for 100 meters. Then what we're gonna do is take that pace and we're gonna take 4 seconds off of it, okay? So instead of running 30 seconds each 100, we're gonna try to run 26 seconds each 100. Just getting comfortable running what is going to be an aggressive pace for that 100-meter distance, okay? And certainly we're not gonna be able to probably sustain that pace for the whole mile whenever we actually go to test that, but we still wanna get comfortable at running those speeds, all right? Now, in between each 100, we're probably gonna have somewhere between 1 minute and 90 seconds of rest just to make sure we can really focus on that speed today. This isn't necessarily gonna be a huge conditioning piece. It's all about building speed and building comfort at those speeds, okay? So hit that if you're feeling good, guys. Obviously, you can make up any pieces from this last week. And besides that, do try to take some time this week and hit some mobility, just recover, get outside, and get primed for next week, guys. Have a great weekend.